You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
Bring back that beat, DJ.
You sped it up, put it on high speed.
I put it on the legal disclaimer speed right there. Marcus left completely or not on originators. What they say.
What's going on, everybody? Another episode of The Forecast where we review movies, films, documentaries, specials, pretty much whatever you name it. If it's on film or TV, we will review it. The four of us, four different perspectives, bringing it to you every Monday at the same time, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific time. We got my man A-Trap to the right of me. How you doing, Rap? We got good. We got Doc. How you doing?
What up? You see me downstairs? Him downstairs. So I've been feeling so good down here in the basement with Wilkes, and I just didn't know. I didn't know how ruggish and bone it was down here. It's the ruggish bone down here. Shit.
We got Wilkes in the building. How you doing tonight?
Pretty good. I'm more excited about this bechamel sauce I need to make, but we'll get to that later.
Well, break that down in layman's terms for us.
Break that down, player.
It's one of the French mother sauces, bechamel, and I believe there is a voulata sauce as well, but they're both creamy.
Hell no.
But I'm doing it for my salmon tonight. So it should be good.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
there will be pictures.
Hey, if you got to step away to whip something up, just let us know.
Oh, I got you. Don't worry. Yeah, too bad I don't have like a camera and I could sling it to the kitchen. Yeah. Pick back up.
Mayhem in the Kitchen, new podcast, BS3.
We're working on it.
I've been telling them that for a year. Mayhem in the Kitchen.
All right, so tonight we will be reviewing the new special by Sommore. It's called Queen Chandelier. It's on Netflix. It's available right now. We're going to tap into that tonight, and we're going to come to not a consensus, but whatever their thoughts are, is she a top 5 female comedian? So we will answer that tonight. As you can tell, we're doing the show a little bit differently, trying to give, thought-provoking questions. So then, that'll help with the views afterwards. If you look at our last show, the numbers have actually gone up because people were like, hey, this is a top 5 or top 10 80 movie. So we're going to keep that going. And I think that's been helpful. So Queen Chandelier available right now, like I said, on Netflix. Initial thoughts, A-Trap.
I thought it was mediocre. I think Sommore, one of the greatest comedians, period, in my lifetime. And I believe cancel culture is systematically ruining comedy. I think we have such a low bar for quality that real comedians are no longer comedian, and I'm being silly, but that we don't have a lot of genuine comedians. I think people like Sinbad, D. Ray Davis, Eddie Murphy, Eddie Murphy's the type of guy, he could walk in a room and be funny. And I hate to diss this brother, even though I'm not a gigantic fan of his. You got a lot of joke jackers Like some of our favorite. I'm not even gonna say any names because I my man Jungle Brother just came in. I've already had a 85% of Jungle Brother rule, but I'm going ahead step it up to 100% of Jungle Brother rule and not single out any black man in regards to just criticizing them for no reason at all.
Yeah.
So I just believe the bar has been set so low. We had that same problem with our brother Chris Rock. It's just mediocre at this point. You don't have to be funny. Again, when I think of just raw dog, buck naked funny, I think about Mac. I think about Robin. I think about Eddie. I think about Deion Cole, D. Ray Davis, Sommore. At one point, Sister Monique. But I don't think people are funny anymore. They just say things that make you laugh. It's almost like hip hop when you just have a punchline rapper, no lyrical dexterity, no lyrical content. It's just I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna hit you in the face, and that's the song. So I was disappointed in one of my favorite comedians ever.
Yeah, let me get to the chat real quick. Excuse my manners. Those that would like to support BS3 Network, you can support us with stars. You can do that on BS3 Network on Facebook, my page, Dog's page, and that'll definitely go towards continuing to build and grow the network. We got CJ in the building.
My man.
Appreciate you for tuning in.
Yeah,
I see you posted you starting the new job today, man. So shout out to you and getting your workouts in, man. You doing your thing. So shout out to you.
Congratulations.
Just Joe in the building.
Bro
in the building. Thank you for tuning in. And Golden, living your life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden. We got Courtney with a K. We actually got a Courtney with a C that's on it's on BS3. Appreciate you, Courtney. Pastor Dodd in the building. Pastor Dodd.
And the last name is real close too, ain't it? It's
Harden and Harper. Yeah.
That's Golden's daughter.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Well, Courtney, just know something. I hadn't decided just yet. They neck and neck on which one I like the best, Golden or Theodora. I don't even know Theodora's real name half the time because I call her Blue Streak Freak. But when I say your mama and Theodora is my girl, they probably gonna quit H-Rap and make me their brother one day.
April Showers, thank you for tuning in. All right, so yeah, Doc, we can go to you. Initial thoughts.
Okay. But let me do this first. I'm gonna go ahead and read the plot like I do during initial thought. It's not much of a plot, but I want to show you how they coined it. Okay. So they say this queen of comedy shines as she takes the stage to sound off on her suspicion of free stuff, social media prayer requests, fake lashes, and ugly shoes. Trenton, New Jersey's own Sommore.
Mo Brown in the building.
Yeah, and this is
HBCU.
2023 is when it was released. It's got a TVMA rating. It's only an hour and 9 minutes long, which is right in that hour special that most have.
Yeah,
I thought it was very interesting that she came out basically saying what Trenton makes, the world takes. Okay, I thought that was very fascinating and probably just simply a microcosm of what our culture experiences as a whole, over the last several centuries. But I thought the positivity in her speaking intro that she came in with, I thought that was top notch. I like the positivity there. And then when you think about her calling, I've never heard her refer to herself as Queen Chandelier. I thought that was interesting based on the way she described it. And it prompted me to go look up the Chandelier official definition. And it says a decorative hanging light with branches for several light bulbs or candles. And I thought that was key where it says branches. Okay. So it's one thing to be a shining light as an individual. It's another thing that you can have others become a shining light because of your shining light. So I thought that spoke well. Again, the fact that they introduced her as the queen of comedy and not a queen of comedy, I think is accurate. And I think to answer the question and go ahead and blow my nut right now, is she one of the top 5 best female comedians? No, she ain't one of the top 5. She the best fucking female comedian as far as I'm concerned.
Wow.
I think she's the only one holding it down.
I need that drop, man. I'm making it with my mouth right now, though. But all right. Appreciate the initial thoughts. All right, Wilkes.
I'm a professional here. I'm a professional. You know, what I do.
Yeah, I thought it was. I mean, it's some more. I mean, I expected what she was gonna bring. I mean, like I said earlier today at work. I mean, you know, I have aunts like this. I have, you know, schoolmates I went to school with like this. So I was definitely used to it. I was like, she just need to be holding the 40 and standing on the screen door asking who you here looking for, who you need to see.
Right.
But
kid is you.
Yeah, right. Y'all can keep coming in and out of my house now.
Yeah, and not to interrupt you, Wilkes, but that I'm glad you said that because it puts you state exactly what I was thinking. And I said to myself, you know how nowadays they calling people aunties, they calling Angela Bassett auntie, and they calling these elderly black females auntie. And I'm like, I don't want them motherfuckers to be my auntie. Yeah. This is my motherfucking auntie.
No. You know
what I'm saying? This the one.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I have family members like her. So I was expecting some craziness, you know, and I did have some chuckles, and you know, there was some where I was just like, man, she right in there, man. She ain't lying.
Yeah,
but
when she said deep fried Fruit Loops, I know you chuckled. I know you did. I know you.
I did.
And you pictured it, and you probably wondered, did you battle these motherfuckers, or did you fly?
Yeah, trust me, my head was like, wait a minute, deep fried Fruit Loop clusters.
It sound like the state fair.
Right. So yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I mean, I wasn't expecting like, oh, you know, fall off the couch and bring tears to my eyes, nothing like that. I mean, I think she is that standard that you come across now. I think she is that bar, you know. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good.
We always tweaking, CJ. You know that.
All the time.
Ain't nothing changed. All right. I'll say initial thoughts. I felt like it was all right. I'm not gonna say it was great. I'm not saying it was.
And I don't think you're wrong in that. I don't think it was meant to be just stellar great. I think it was more like a chin check. Like, hey, I'm still here.
You know? Yeah, I'm still here.
Let me just say this. I loved it, man. I thought it was. I'm a Sommore fan. You know, so I may be biased a bit in my interpretation. Again, I saw her in Columbus, Ohio, with Mike Epps and a couple other, younger guys y'all would know, but I just can't remember. DC Young Fly, I think he was there, and a couple others, which he was even surprisingly good. But I loved it. I thought she was and I made some notes here on how I see her as clever in some of her material. Right? H-Rap mentioned Monique and said she used to be funny. Well, I think Monique rarely has had very much real material, right? She's been funny in a her delivery is probably what makes whatever she says funny. You know, she talks about sex quite a bit. You know, that's a big portion of her, routine.
Oh, yeah. Well, both of them. Yeah.
You know, now and then H-Rap mentioned something that has been around in comedy forever. And there are some people out there who are more known for it than others, but he talked about joke jackers. There's a lot of joke stealers out there, right? And they may repackage it, try to order the sentence structure, but you stole that damn joke, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that out there. I half the time, matter of fact, when I was in LA, I heard a comedian talking about it, and he was basically saying, I don't even get offended by it anymore because it's so prevalent, And he goes, I actually see it as a compliment. You thought that was good enough to speak. Appreciate you,
Right.
And then as far as the low comedy bar is concerned, which is another astute point H-Rap made, I'm wondering if it's because as soon as he said that, I thought to myself, I wonder if it's due in part because of the sensitive, woke nature of society to where they done cause comedians to calm it the fuck down.
Yeah.
They definitely watching it. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
No, I was just thinking we had the same conversation with Cat Williams because it just seemed like from his previous special to this one,
he was
the most recent one. It's like it was a drop off. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I don't know necessarily if it's people being sensitive because, Dave Chappelle did all them specials he did had sensitive topics, and he was hitting points where a lot of
wait a minute,
white
you said
people
Dave
was probably
Chappelle?
like, Dave Chappelle, every
But
single
Dave
special he had on
Chappelle is
Netflix.
in a different category.
I was
not,
gonna say he's still.
You can't.
But
see, let me just say this: it's not necessarily about them being woke. Maybe it's the fear of them being woke. I'm not saying that they've actually said anything about their material, but maybe they have the fear of, saying I can't go here.
And some more, like she even said it in the special. I'm not deep, so her stuff isn't gonna be deep anyway. So I mean that part. But I felt like it was just it was like watching Carol back in the Comic View days. That's the kind of vibe that I got. She just came with it like she normally does.
Yeah, good money, motherfucker. Don't say Grand Rising to me.
Right. Grand Rising, it's good morning.
Now the thing I didn't understand is when was this filmed? Because they made it.
I'm with you.
It made it seem like this was filmed in 2021.
Yeah, because even at the end credits, it mentioned something about 2022, but that couldn't have been when it was recorded because she was heavy in the pandemic. Like the quarantine just got lifted.
Some of these jokes was dated. That's the part where I was kind of like, how did they go about this? You blame that on her team, or you blame that on her? A-Trap, give me your thoughts. I see you thinking.
Well, I think that like you guys mentioned dated comedy. You guys mentioned the low bar, and I believe we've gotten to this situation to whereas we've forgotten what we do. Like me, I'm a podcaster. I earn money. I podcast. That's what I do. I don't have to be on TV. I don't want to be on ESPN. I don't want to be on CNN. I have no interest in it. And what a lot of people, I personally believe, we're so focused on crossing over. To quote my man from the Five Heartbeats, crossover ain't nothing but a double cross. Once you cross over, you'll never get your audience back. And at the end of the day, I think a lot of people, especially people from our community, are trying to expand their audience when you do what Tupac did, do what KRS-One does, do what Chuck D does. Say what you have to say. The people who will appreciate you will consistently put money in your pocket. And if other people catch on, cool. The OJs didn't try to cross over. Teddy P didn't try to cross over. James Brown didn't try to cross over until he made that damn song "Living in America." That's another conversation. But we get so caught up in expanding our audience that we are not true to the craft. I believe this whole nonsense about being canceled, it gets debunked every Tuesday at 10 p.m. on YouTube. The 5150 show hosted by Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb says whatever he wants to say, whenever he wants to say it, and I bet you Corey is pulling in about $50K a weekend. Now, of course, hey man, ain't nobody in the world gonna say, no, I don't want $200,000 or $300,000 a weekend. I don't want $1 million a week or whatever the greatest comedians are making. Like Dave makes about $60 million a year. Everybody wants that. But sometimes to be true to yourself, just go out there and be yourself. The people who went to see Sommore that night or whenever it was filmed, we tuned in and we paid our money to see Sommore. We know what you're gonna do. Do your thing. But I just believe it's so many people buying into this gatekeeper thing and all that nonsense. No, I'm okay being moderately rich, like the KRS-Ones of the world, the De La Souls of the world, and the people who stay true to their art forms. A lot of people are getting caught up in, I want to be in movies and I want to be this and I want to be that. Tell you what, Brother Pryor did what he wanted to do. Brother Chappelle does what he wants to do. Sommore, by and large, 99.9% of the time does what she wants to do. Your fan base will be your fan base. And I think people have lost sight of that. And that's what I think the problem with comedy is.
Great point. Now, fun fact. Some of y'all may know this. Y'all may already know it. Her half sister is Nia Long.
With the cherry thong. Yeah. Uchi Wally Wally, Uchi Bang Bang.
I I've seen that on something. Yeah.
And she talked about her dad a little bit in the special. Now, when she kicked it off talking about getting vaxxed, I was looking at my wife like, hold up, how old is this? And I don't know, because when you make a special, obviously, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. You're gonna do your set. You're gonna do whatever your comedy is, and and maybe she was just like, I'm not changing it. Maybe they had to edit it. Maybe they had to do something to it. But I felt like the early jokes was kind of dated. So I was laughing, kind of because it was, you were thinking about what was going on during the pandemic. Mm-hmm. But the early points wasn't that funny. It's because to me it was too old. I don't know. What's your thoughts?
I didn't feel that way. I just thought, like I said, I mean, with Sommore, just she's telling a story and just giving a backdrop. I mean, I didn't feel like it was almost kind of like a flashback in a sense for me.
Yeah, it was.
It was kind of like, oh yeah, exactly. But I didn't really think anything of it because everything we've seen lately, somebody, even with the last one that we watched, the stand up, she mentioned COVID and being quarantined and being in the house and not being able to go out. So it was just kind of like it's one of those post dated. You remember where you were before COVID. It's almost like 9/11. Like what happened where you were on 9/11. So it's just kind of like it's that book stamp, just kind of like bookmark. Yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna run with that and go forward, I guess.
Yeah, Doc.
Again, I had no issue with it. I know that the comedy, some of the jokes may have been dated, but I just think that they didn't necessarily tell us when this was filmed. Like, I think they should have probably said filmed during the pandemic, whatever, but released in 2023. Right. That way you're not necessarily expecting them to come out with some modern day stuff, and so I didn't have much of a problem with it. To me, it was more about whether your material was funny or whether it wasn't. I think the fact that she kind of needled at Monique a little bit, talking about the bonus and stuff, I thought that was a bit funny. But the only issue I had with this show is at the beginning of it, she was doing the Chris Rock pacing thing a little bit.
Yeah,
I was glad she slowed that, but she started out doing that pacing, and that drive. And now I know that shit drive me crazy. I never knew it did, but it could be still.
Yeah. Hey, well, Chris Rock always be moving.
Yeah,
he don't ever stand still. Yeah.
So back to Doc's point, real quick. When he said that she had talked about Monique, was that 2021 when she was talking about the bonnets and the?
Yeah, that was because remember, I think it would have had to been right after the pandemic kind of started slowing down when we got back to fine again and stuff like that. To where she said something about it, Yeah. Okay. But I think, again, speaking of performers, and she says she's not deep, but I think. See, sometimes just basic intelligence is deep, okay, for some folks. So when she made the comment that what one of the young ladies asked her, she asked them, why y'all wearing their bonnets out in public? And they said, well, nobody never told us we couldn't. And that's I can't tell you how many times I've heard folks like H-Rap make similar points about how we are just not demonstrating greatness. I make that point quite frequently. And sometimes we just don't tell them. They're like, well, nobody ever told us we couldn't. And that sounded like a very respectful comment, but it was a deep comment to me, because it's like sometimes all you got to do is just tell us, hey, y'all, that's not cool, and don't be telling us in a way that you fussing at us, or you judging us, or you whatever. Like A-Trap's earlier point about people aspiring to cross over and stuff like that. I personally don't have a problem with that. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. If you want to be a ultra billionaire and you want to go do what's necessary, that's up to you. I'm not going to judge that necessarily, because to each his own. And again, it's a balance thing. We need those people who want to aspire to that kind of ultra mega stardom, and we need those people who are going to be more of those indie type people, or I'm going to stay in my lane kind of people. I think the balance is what's necessary to make the whole what it is.
I don't have a problem with people crossing over. I'm just saying, when you lose yourself trying to cross over, be the best you can be. And when you are the best you can be, you will end up like as the people I reference. You'll end up like Tupac. You'll end up like Teddy Pendergrass. You'll end up like KRS-One, where you're universally liked and respected. When you dumb yourself down to make the money, you water down the product. It's not the best you. And I think you lose something when you do that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I both got great points. Vanita, thank you for tuning in. Vanita and Benita, the Nita sisters. Y'all need to come on now. I want to get that album going.
Ain't doing nothing now.
Yeah, look at yourself. You ain't doing that anyway. All right, so and let's stop here and say this. She looks good. I don't know how old she is, but she looked good. What she had on, she looked comfortable. She didn't look like my feet hurting. She was dropping it low.
Sommore gonna dress when she go on stage.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen her.
She looked good. So definitely round.
She gonna have her hair. She ain't never tried to go to. Again, I'm saying never. I hadn't seen it, but she's not necessarily trying to go with the extensions or anything. She's got short hair. She gonna have a fly short cut every time you see her. And it's gonna be tight.
Vanita said, "I personally don't own a bonnet though." And maybe it just depends on maybe the type of hair. I know my wife and my daughter, they both have a bonnet before they go to bed. You got to put that bonnet on. So
it's a rarity to have a sister that don't have a bonnet. So
yeah.
See, I grew up with headscarves. So there wasn't no bonnets going on.
That's right.
Hey, stockings. You just cut the
end of the stocking. Matter of fact, speaking of these cars, let me tell a quick story about Queen 3 and King. So we on the way to Indianapolis. We in a 11-passenger van. When everybody who know me, that if I drive out of town, I'm leaving 4:30. Okay, I got to get an early start, right? And so we are in Illinois at the time, heading toward Indiana, and this young cop is in the right lane, and he's going slow, So I get up to him and I pass him, because I ain't scared of nothing,
right,
or whatever. And so how when you pass people, it's just natural to look over to who you passing. So that's what all my sisters doing. Here's the problem. They all had headscarves on because we left so early. So you got Crips and Bloods in this motherfucking van. Okay. So needless to say, he pulled us over or whatnot. And so when he pulled us over, I'm like, what is it? He goes, I've been on the job for 3 years and nobody's ever passed me. I said, well, maybe I'm the first dude that ain't scared. I said, I got no reason not to pass you. I wasn't speeding. I said, the law is the speed limit, not passing a cop.
Exactly.
I said, so passing you is not illegal.
Right.
I said, it's these scarves that threw you out fainting. Needless to say, he ran my shit. He ain't gonna find nothing and let me go.
Right.
Now, my sisters, when they pulled off, because I gave them very strict instructions, don't say nothing, because I know y'all. Right. But when we pulled off, they got the cussing.
Of course.
Hey, that was right after that was the same talk after Calvin Watkins left, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Same type of conversation.
Did we get this comment about Anita talking about she wrap her hair?
Yes, she wrap her hair. Yeah.
Okay, so that you call it what you want to call it. It's a bonnet, it ain't, it's a scarf, it's something. It get the job done.
She said she wrap it and then man, she get it.
So she got into free stuff. That whole segment right there, I felt like that was hilarious. And we all, us as people, we skeptical most times.
It was.
It's something free. It ain't free.
We're talking about she not deep, but that point is. But see, I'm gonna tell you like this. Think about the shows, even the sitcoms that we watched over a period of time. Let's look at even Three's Company or shows like that. Generally, what's the show with not in Living Color, but
Friends?
Living Single, the black Friends, Living Single, right?
The original.
That's right.
Yeah.
Generally, the person who is the dummy in the show, which is generally the comedian, they are actually the smartest. They're the most intelligent people on the show in real life, right? Yeah, so I think when comedians point out some stuff like that, that's a very astute observation. And she's like, look, free shit, they talk to you. They get real real familiar with you and they talking shit to you. Look, if you want to,
everybody wants some chicken. Give me this line to the right.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought various to comment.
Yeah. Anybody else want to touch on that, on the free stuff?
I mean, I think she has some funny parts. It just wasn't laugh out loud funny, and I think comedy should be laugh out loud funny. I mean, I remember I was on the same page that you guys are on when we talked about Cat Williams, but I had a different perspective. Only reason I wasn't as disappointed in Brother Cat is because I think Cat realized, and maybe some more does also. I found out recently that when you are on Netflix, you can no longer use those jokes. So you throw yourself a tomato can show. But back in the day, when you were doing a special, you had to show up and show out. And I don't see many people showing up and showing out anymore. I just think people showing up.
Yeah, and with Sommore, she hasn't done a special in a while. It's been a while. So this could also, to your point, A-Trap, could be her kind of filling out like this my comeback. But yeah, it was all right. But it was definitely her. I'm not saying I'm not saying it's bad, but it was her. But it was all right.
Yeah,
it was her and
I agree.
What'd you say?
I said, trust me, she's doing a bunch of touring, so she ain't been nowhere.
Yeah. But yeah, the free stuff, that was a good one. The airport segment, where she was talking about what she does in the airport. Yeah, I do the same thing. You watching somebody, right? I don't keep looking at them, but once they look at me, I'll look over there. But that was I thought that was funny. The Facebook, when she talked about the Monique and the bonnets, I felt like that was kind of a shout out, and I don't think it was a dig. I just think it was a shout out. Like, hey, this was Monique. Yeah. I kind of support her, but them bonnets could be coming for you though.
Yeah, she needled her a little bit, but she needled her much in the way that if we were 4 comedians and I go get on stage and I know we cool, I'm gonna talk shit about Whips, and I know he's gonna be cool with it because we got the relationship cachet, we got the relationship equity to be able to do it. So if she said, she goes, not only did she tell them don't wear any bonnets, she said it's how she said, baby. Let Aunt Monique talk to you. And she hit the shit spot on the head, and I thought it was funny when she said, she whispered to Monique, gonna get you. It's funny.
Yes, exactly. And like I said, when I watch her, it just I have cousins, I have aunts that just remind me, hell, I've had classmates that remind me of this woman Sommore. So she's just, her characteristics and personality is definitely not just her own. It's shared. We always talk about how we're so connected and we don't realize it. It's like, man, everything she's talking about and that she mentioned, I mean, it definitely took me back down memory lane or to my childhood or something that did happen during the pandemic. It's like, man, I guess.
Yeah. See, to your point, Wilkes, I wrote down one of my notes. I said she relates to the old school black woman, real deal bitches is what I say. She was very down to earth, salt to the earth. She just who she is. Yeah.
And she ain't gonna water it down. If she got nephews and nieces, she gonna cut it straight.
Yeah.
And
how many well-off people in her situation will talk about going to a family function to get the chip in on getting a family member a leg, and she said, "I put my $400 down and I let." I mean, think about $400.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like she said, I ain't gonna. She talking about he thought the budget went up when I walked in, but I'm getting my $400.
You said $400 a piece.
Yeah.
I already put mine in.
Right.
Yeah, that was good. And I think one of the realest things she said in this special was everything gets recycled. So what we used to do is get recycled and become something else. She said salt and pepper converted to what did she say? City girls.
City girls.
So I mean, like
she said, city girls ain't nothing but JJ Fad and the thong. Yeah, it's the same shit. And then she said, some. I thought that shit was funny. That's the kind of shit I do.
Yeah. But nah, he was 100% right with that. The Facebook prayer request, that whole thing was hilarious. Because we see that every day. Somebody say, so I just seen one of my relatives saying, send some prayers up for me. For what?
Like, all we see is the damn your feet and the damn IV line. And we don't know what the hell wrong with you. What we gonna pray for?
Yeah. And I think people do that, number one, for attention, obviously, but then so somebody can ask what they need prayer for. So then the thread can just keep going. Then they do the same thing next week. Huh?
We are a part of a group that we get that from time to time, where get you to ask what's wrong.
Yeah.
But they gonna tell you everything. You keep asking, but what's wrong?
They only gonna give you the part that you need to know.
Right.
So you can send some money to that cash app.
Right.
Benita says my family just passes a plate, no limit required.
But hey, on that prayer thing too, Ben, she said, the reason why I need to know, because some prayers is different.
Hey,
right.
And she goes, some prayers you got to get down off in your knees and whatever. She goes, but if your ass just got a double cross on that, yeah, she like, but if you just got at least the yeast infection, she goes, I ain't getting on my knees for that shit. I'm gonna say, Lord, help her with the lips, help her with the itch, and that's it.
Exactly. She said there's a difference between cancer
and yeast infection. Yeah, I ain't gonna pray. Yeah. I ain't gonna be there spending all my time about your yeast infection.
You got to reach deep.
Yeah, you got to reach deep down. And another thing, and it really brought back, like I said, Comic View. This made me want to put on Comic View. I don't know if they still have it on BET or not. I think they tried to bring it back, but I don't know if it survived. But this made me think like, man, they need to bring Comic View back, because there was so many comedians that we've seen that now may not even be doing comedy anymore, or they still doing comedy just on a
or writing or
traveling circuit or whatever. So I felt like that gave us so many comedians that would be dope to bring that back.
Say, man, are you playing background music in this movie?
Yes, yeast effect.
Yes.
Okay. Don't be just springing that shit on us, man. Tell us what's happening so we don't think our shit is going crazy. He playing some background music.
I've been doing this for the past few weeks.
And shit, I done thought I'm going crazy for the last 3 weeks here.
Oh, I don't even hear it. I don't have no headphones on.
Oh, he got the shit on low. It's
low. It's low.
When I say background music, he making the shit background music.
Right. I heard a little vocal, but I don't.
Hey, Trav, you see me look up 3 times like, look, I got some shit on in here. I had to scroll way down to the bottom and say, this shit got a nice special music playing there.
Yeah.
And it's Monday night.
Put something in the background. Somebody drop something. Y'all can let one loose if y'all need to. We got some background music.
Wow, man.
Let one loose. Wow. Whoa.
I've been doing that.
I think this is
Blue Streak
right here. Normally she's the one that jumps in. If you're in the Facebook group, go to StreamYard.com/Facebook so we can see who you are. That is Theodore.
I'll be glad when StreamYard and Facebook get their shit together and start playing nice.
Really, man? Come on.
Just
make it easy. Make it easy. Wow, this is the most professional introduction into the show.
This Monday, maybe she might be at Monday school already. The reason why she's talking
probably.
So
probably.
Look lady like
might be drinking. She might be sipping on something.
She said, "Hello, gentlemen."
She might have stole a communion cup on the way out of church this evening.
No,
by the time those things get recycled, that's wine at that point, man. That ain't no juice anymore.
You better shake it up.
Right.
She said, "No, we already out."
You misspelled the last letter, so you're missing an A instead of a U.
See what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so another part of the pandemic, CNN, the internet, and the nigga net. Hey, that was real. That was 100% real.
Hey, when she said we can't get that shit, when I said that shit was funny because that's exactly
not wrong.
That's exactly what we said.
Not wrong at
Black
all.
folks can't get that shit.
But even says not Monday school. Yeah,
she know.
That's a long story. We have to tell you later.
I stole
communion yesterday.
Wow.
It's available. You ain't stealing it. It's in a bucket in the back. You ain't got to steal it. But anyway, yeah. Because we was
you got a party of 3 and you got 7. That's still in there. You don't need but 3. Yeah, go to Mardell's and buy your own box. Hey.
Yeah, put it in the fridge. Me and every week.
But that's real though, because I probably never ever watched CNN for a minute. Besides, if it was some type of TV show I wanted to watch,
something big going on.
But during the pandemic, I was watching CNN almost every night, and they had that ticker in the corner that kept telling you how many deaths, how many people got COVID. I mean, that was obviously the fear part to get you to stay in the house.
Hospital bed capacity was. We had 97% capacity.
Right. And then obviously you had the internet, so you had Twitter is probably one of the most. That's the secondary place I go to for news because they normally on top of it.
Yeah. Don Lemon wasn't Don Lemon no more. He was Donald Lime.
Donald Lime. He said I got 8. You got them for the whole household. You got a couple for tomorrow.
Yeah.
He said I'll probably burst into flames going into Mardell's. You're trying to hurt me. Nah, they'll welcome you. But they have security watching you.
Right.
They always got them $5 books by the counter too. So I'm gonna get you one of them.
He said Mardell's.
Get you one of them small Bibles with Psalms, Proverbs, and
the important scriptures.
Right. But the nigga net, Instagram is the nigga net. All right. Because you go on there and people like, black people don't get it. And then somebody come on there and they say, man, I was cutting hair with this dude and this dude died. Well, he was cutting hair. It was like, no, it's all fake. I mean, like it was crazy. We all know
even talking about the black celebrities who didn't want to admit that they had it, and they started saying who was the first one that admitted they had. I had to think. You know what? We wasn't saying that shit. You know, she goes, Idris Elba was the first one, and we put him in the video category. Yeah.
I thought they was gonna say that. I thought they was gonna say the guy from the Utah Jazz, Rudy Gobert. I thought he was the first one. Well, because that's when they shut down they shut the NBA down.
Is Rudy Gobert, bro?
His
black.
Daddy is. His
daddy
black.
He black.
If his daddy black, he black.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know.
He a Tony Parker.
Yeah. But I thought that was the first one. I forgot Idris Elba had it.
He made a video. He made a video about
it. He said celebrity, somebody that everybody gonna know.
Everybody know,
Everybody gonna know who Rudy Gobert is. That shit. Right. Some folks think Rudy Gobert work at the office with you. Yeah. That's one of the adjusters, that horse man. I don't know. Didn't he throw a punch the other day? Speaking of Rudy Gobert,
he did.
Yeah, he did with them long arms. He like way back here.
Maybe they'll send him to Dallas.
No, he don't play D. We don't need no Rudy.
He don't play no D.
No, Dallas don't play D. That's what he said.
We need a Tyson Chandler to come here that don't care about scoring points.
He was in town this weekend, matter of fact. Tyson Chandler.
Anyway, but any other comments on the nigga net? Did y'all get caught up in the nigga net watching it? And
shit, all of us did. Because we had all the time in the world.
Yeah.
So we watched all 3 sources. And we didn't know what to believe. We didn't
have to make sure.
And I got news for you. It went so long before black folks I knew got it. I was halfway believing this shit. Maybe we can't.
And then you were double checking it to make sure.
Right. Yeah, you had to double and triple check all sources.
Yeah. Hey, and the way Fauci Fauci bitch ass was coming there changing his mind every 3 days and shit. Y'all still can't tell me which was right. Was we supposed to be wearing masks or not? Is this shit helping or not?
Right.
Hey, all they had to say is we don't know.
And
we figuring it out, but they just never ever said that.
This shit before.
Wow.
Hey, but whenever folks lying, trying to cover bullshit up, they gonna change. They gonna, if what Mama used to say, if you don't lie, you don't have to remember what you said.
Right.
Mika said, Lord, don't take him. Take Flavor Flav. Yeah, that's what you and and every woman was probably thinking.
Yeah.
Oh man. Shit.
Rudy, who is Rudy?
My
he played for the Utah Jazz. Or he used to. Sorry. What team he played for?
Sent his ass
Timberwolves.
Yeah, Minnesota. He sent his ass home the other night.
That long punch.
Yeah, don't hit a nigga in the titty. Don't hit a nigga in the titty if you thought you gonna punch at him.
Hey, don't punch him. Yeah, don't give him birth.
Yeah, the chin is only 6 inches up in most cases. Yeah. Shit, and you 7'12". You 7'12" inches tall, and your ass in the nigga in the titty. What you punching
that dude
down?
Was short. That dude was short, man.
But that's my point. You taller. You should be hitting him on the forehead somewhere. I'd have gave you more credit if the punch would have slipped upwards and shit. Yeah.
Like you don't know punch slip up.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody else got into a fight in the NBA. I'm trying to think who it was. It was another team. Somebody
last night
on the bench.
Yeah, somebody got in a fight on the bench. Oh, it was the Clippers. One of the players. It's crunch. It's playoff time. It's crunch time.
This when you're supposed to play your drop for Kawhi right now. I said if it's the Clippers. Greatest laugh in NBA history.
It is. It is. Not 7'12". Yeah, he's 7'12". Look him up. Look him up, Benita. All right. So, did y'all see? She was looking at the paper. I don't know if it was an outline, if that was her jokes. She was looking at.
Yeah, I think
she had a stack of papers, and she would throw the paper on the floor.
I think it was like the next subject, kind of whatever.
Yeah, she was like. And that also made me think like it's been a minute. If you gotta, or if she didn't have a teleprompter, one or the other.
You know what? I didn't even think anything about it. She's gonna be one of those comedians that's gonna be like, look, this is what you get. You don't fucking like it.
Yeah,
you don't have to buy. You don't have to buy no tickets. And
you pay $10.99 for Netflix.
Right.
Go watch something else.
I think it's like the next thing on her agenda.
Yeah, any motherfucker who say they can't get through an airport screening process because they got a drug dog, they got a COVID dog, and they got a bomb dog. I got through the drug dog, I got through the COVID dog, but that bomb dog came and started growling and shit at me. And I was like, hey man, get your dog, man. And then I figured out why this bomb dog is over here, because I got that bomb ass pussy.
That was her. That was her.
That was
definitely her right there.
It's her all day long. That's what I'm saying.
Anybody who say that and then say you raw dogging my tater tots.
Right. Right. Come on, man. That's just what you gonna get. That's why I said when I watched it, I was just like, "What you gonna give me?" Because I know it's gonna be some more. What she do?
Definitely.
Hey,
R.I.P. Kevin.
Ugly people.
Right.
R.I.P. Kevin Samuels. She touched on that. So that was. I felt like that was good. That was a good segment. That was good to do that, and everybody.
So that's what I was saying. So if she was, and that was 2022, right? So it had to be recent.
Yeah. And maybe she was
That's right.
Chronologically from the end of the pandemic up until maybe that's
because at the end,
a lot of stuff happened.
Yeah, because in the credits when this went off, there was a mention of like June or July 2022. Like it rolled so fast, but I saw it there at the end. Unless that's what they were mentioning, but I'm like, okay. Unless they edited it together, but it has to be current because she talked about Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she said a nigga that's wearing a turtleneck and a choker ain't talking to me.
He ain't talking to me.
Yeah, he's talking to me. You're not about to make me cry.
I'm telling you, when she said that line,
it just resonates.
I know he's not talking to me.
Right, it resonates.
I can literally hear my aunts, my female cut. Like, I know that nigga ain't talking to me like that.
Yeah, right.
Nigga over there drinking an old English style. He ain't talking to me.
But now be.
Yeah, right. Man.
Right.
See, Sommore, she the one that talk. She'll talk about.
But I didn't know. Hey, I guess I wasn't watching close enough. But I did not know it was a chick that he had met that night that was there with it.
That's what I heard.
I didn't know that part of the story. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that.
She said that on the show, and I had no idea. But yeah, so I looked it up, and they said he was at his house in Atlanta, and he was with a woman that he had met earlier that night. 32-year-old Hortensia Alcantara. She called 911 after he collapsed, told that 911 operators that she's a nurse, administered CPR. Samuels, after he turned blue, whole new picture of blue balls. After he turned blue, since she had just met Samuels, she didn't know what address to tell the 911 operator. During the 18-minute phone call, and she became frantic due to feeling they weren't acting urgently enough. So of course, what is the first thing they're gonna say about Kevin Samuels? They don't like what he's saying. They're gonna say he gay. He wasn't gay that night.
Gay.
Right.
He wasn't gay. He was just too real. And the people, like she said, just everybody not for you.
Right.
Why are you calling in to hear his opinion to then argue with him?
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
What is the point?
Trying to make it fit. It don't need to fit.
Yeah, dog, stop. All right. So she talked about Uber Eats, and then she said Uber Beats.
Like something that is when it's in black.
Who's that?
I don't know. See, don't
Steve Harvey.
That was my background music.
Shout out to Ron J. He says 11:21 Air Babies. Maybe talking about the minute mark.
Oh man.
What are you talking about?
That was a good joke. We actually need that because some people just need to get beat. Kids, adults, elderly. I mean, Karens. Hey, really, if you got a Karen, that would definitely be the right time to call Uber Beats. So
real quick. And then she talking about when she pull up in the bonnet and the red cutlass. I was like, oh, she in there, in that deep. Come on, baby.
You know what it really is. Yeah. Oh, he's talking about the Arab movie. Yeah. That is definitely
is that on?
It's on the preview. Seemed like a good movie. I think it's still in theater.
Apple? That's Apple. Oh, is it theater? I thought it was Apple TV.
I don't think they. But when it does come out to whatever the streaming platform is, I think we'll definitely. Well, I don't know. Viola Davis is really if you look at the cast, she's the fourth person in line. Yeah. So I don't know. Ron J, that must be your guy.
Yeah, dude. I bet him cigars. He from Canada.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the dude to me in the
speaker,
Mike.
Good day,
speaker chat?
Hi, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Ron. J. Ron.
Okay.
He's J. Ron over there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Put another shrimp on the bar, B.
Hey, man, that's Australian, man.
That's Australian.
You went from New Zealand to Australia?
No.
It's all
Ever since Dumb and Wilkes, anytime somebody from anywhere besides America, I say, good day, Mike. I don't give a damn right. If they say they from Mexico, I say, good day, Mike. They say, that's Australia.
Yeah. So, because guess what? The Australian's going to call you a Mike.
Yeah.
Hey, the funny thing is, it's just like with, what is it, like the British or European, what Londoners, whatever you want to call it, they say cheers regardless. They don't care what nationality or what they gonna say cheers. It's just what they do.
Peoples. Is that let me look that up real quick. Is that new?
I'm
she must got a porn. She got a Pornhub mixed up, man.
Yeah, probably.
She don't pay $75 with the hub.
It's called nipples. And on Pornhub, it's called nipples, not people.
Well, unless they peeping through the blinds. I mean, I'm Warriors. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I bet you when we started this review of Sommore, you didn't think we were gonna mention getting punched in the titty and nipples in the same
really.
time.
You didn't think that was going to come up.
I bet you didn't have that on your bingo card.
Nope. I'm 45.
You definitely not calling bingo tonight.
Right.
Hey, another joke that was just perfect. She was talking about her dad, and she was like, "Yeah, you know, being a girl dad, and you know, before I think her dad passed and all that." She was like, "Hey, even Dwayne Wade got in the mix."
Yeah, him and her son.
I don't know if y'all peeped that joke.
Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah.
I did.
No comment.
Yeah. These views on this podcast do not reflect BSB Network.
Shit. If it ain't any other podcast on the damn network that reflect the views of BS3 Network, when you got the owners of BS3 Network on this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that they come after BS3 as a whole.
Views, they come out there, shit. Come on, Cletus. Shit,
you're right.
Man.
Yeah, come
on. You scared of what you want. You're going to get 20 fucking lanyards. You're going to get some pop sockets and some sling backpacks and this damn backdrop. That's all your ass get. Come on, come get us, man.
Come on.
Maybe some notepads. Maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, and them coming from the job.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah.
Somebody said, fellas, thank you for tuning in, whoever that may be. When she was talking about the uncle with the leg, I thought that was funny.
Oh man. Jeez.
And the motherfucker didn't have no knee on it.
Right. Now he back online talking about I need a knee.
I need a knee. That was good.
And they
it's not even a knee portion. It's a whole on the thigh.
Hey, and you know what's real probably is the fact that she said the black legs cost more than the white legs. And
right.
So one of the cousins said, shit, get him a white leg. And that's what they end up doing, getting them a white leg and spray painting that sucker.
And then spray painted brown.
You said UPS brown.
UPS brown.
Yeah, what can brown do for you?
Yeah.
Yes. Some more, man. She gonna give you what she give you.
Hey,
that's big Illinois. Thank you for tuning in.
Another deal that got me, she's talking about old faces with new teeth. Okay,
right.
She's like, and why y'all gotta go get the biggest motherfucking teeth they got? She is telling the truth. And she said, I be done fucked around Puerto Rico charge fucking with y'all. That's, to me, man, that is some next level comedy right there. You know, because you thinking all that white. So that was a cocaine joke.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Based on all the white on his teeth.
That's what I'm saying. She's gonna do what she does, man. She got her own lane, man.
Hey, Master P is our boy. But them chompers, man. If y'all see him trying to talk, he just be struggling like
they big. He got some munchers, man.
Yeah, they didn't fit him properly. That's what happened when you go to Mexico trying to get you some teeth to save you a few $1,000.
Yeah, he didn't have to do that, man. Do that. Somebody should have told him, man.
Like, hey, man, that ain't it. Man.
That ain't it.
Hey, file them motherfuckers down a little bit here. The same way you file a dough down so it'll fit in the damn the dough jam.
Not it is, man. You ain't got lift up on it no more.
Yeah, I'm not hurt because they fake teeth. They take them off and file them down. Whatever you got. Put them motherfuckers on a belt sound or something. Hey, carry them motherfuckers up to Home Depot and see if they'll knock them down for you real quick.
I need you to take off at least about a quarter.
Hey, put them on that thing where you make keys at, where they saying them bitches down when they get through.
That would be perfect right there. That would be perfect right there.
Man, I need you cut off by 2 seconds.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah.
That Chief came around the corner before he did.
Right. Man, I saw you teeth before you.
She talked about teeth, lashes.
Oh yeah, she was talking about
that whole segment right there.
Baby
hair. Yeah.
She said, if you're too old to have a baby, you shouldn't have no baby.
Right.
Your baby hair is gray.
If you're up there pushing hair to the front and you 42 years old, come on, man. You don't need you ain't got no baby hair, man. She was in there, man. She was in there.
The segment about your doctor dying, like he gonna die before me.
Yeah. You diagnosed me. You died?
Right.
Why you didn't save yourself?
Yes.
Yeah. A-Trap, yeah. I see that.
Man, I can barely see, but I saw that.
Yeah.
My fool man left my glasses at the crib.
But yeah, I felt like it was her. So the A-Trap's point, she did not deviate from what she normally does. She did not alter it. She did not come with no corny jokes. It was Comic View on Netflix.
And that's what I felt about Chris Rock. I mean, Chris Rock's gonna give you Chris Rock. I mean, he's just what he does. You know, that's
based on that theory, I have to agree with you. And the bottom line is, I just don't like Chris Rock as much as I like Sommore, I guess.
Right.
They both give me who they are.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, homeboy? Your homeboy wilding over there.
What? What's that?
Whoa, Kimosabi. Call him out.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Hey, another one that took me out is black phrases. Okay, so I said black people phrases. When she said during the pandemic, we had too much time, so we looking at shit that we ain't never looked at before. And she said she looked at Junior. Junior don't look nothing like me. Remember Junior? Yeah. And when she said stand in the light, I'm like, I wonder if white folks know what stand in the light means.
No. Yeah. Absolutely not. They do not know.
Stand in the light.
Good look. Stand in the light.
Hey, what Papa say when you walk in front of the TV? Get out the light.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I said that the other day. Stand under the light so I can see what's in those.
I'm telling you, that's just she was in that wheelhouse, man. That's familiarities. Yeah.
Hey, that's just the black folk stuff, man.
Hey, to end it on the Maya Angelou, I was dying on that part, man. I was dying on that part, man.
And hey,
I didn't know she could do that impersonation. She killed
do y'all remember we were watching? It may have been a Chris Rock special. I don't know, but we talked about some special, and we talked about how they didn't tie. I think it was Wilkes who said it, where they didn't tie no jokes back in. You notice how she continued to tie her jokes back in that she had already had. You know. Yeah. Which to me is
comedy. That's comedy 101.
101, man.
That keeps the audience engaged. Because you remember that. It's only an hour.
Yeah, because you got them so far gone on something else you talked about.
And she tied back in.
When you circle back around and tie that in, it's like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Agreed.
Yeah. All right. Any other thoughts? Any other thoughts on just don't look? Any other? Just don't look. Just don't look. Any other thoughts on Queen Chandelier?
One other one she wrote. She talked about something that hit me because I can't tell you how many sneezes I had. Because she said when you go during pandemic when they open everything back up, but you got to have these masks on. She said, I used to just sit in my car and watch jokers go to the door and get their mask and they'll have a damn seizure. Like, I got to go back to the car to get this damn mask.
But
she throw a debit card in there. Just give me some chips or something.
Swipe my card.
So I don't have to go back to my car.
But the funny thing is for me, when she said that, I was one of those people because I remember walking up the Thumb.
How many times? How many times?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's been many times I've been like, oh shit.
Hey, and that's the backbone of comedy, man. Taking real life and making it funny. And I think she did an excellent job.
Telling a real life situation or story or situation.
It's like, hey, one of my favorite comedians of all time is Earthquake, and he always say these ain't jokes, nigga. He's like, this is real life.
Yeah. What she say? She's like, I don't want that Parkinson shit. I don't want that. I was like, I don't even say no.
Hey, that's some real shit, man. Hey. She said, I don't even say no like this no more. I just said no.
No.
I don't want that shaking. Yeah.
I don't want that shake shit.
And then, like, and then she did that at the end with Maya Angelou because you say, she would have to shake. Didn't she say that something like that?
Yeah, she did. They mixed it together.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Oh,
yeah. Rest in power. I just went up and rest in power.
No, it's just rest in. It's just rest in peace. It's not good morning. It ain't grand rising. It's just good morning.
Getting deep.
Yes. Greatness. Oh, dog.
Oh no.
What's wrong, dog?
We looking at the comments.
Don't try to get me to go there, Wicks.
Never mind. Whoa. As A-Trap said, whoa, Kimosabi.
Yeah. All right. Well, no beauty of the week this week. There was only one person.
Look at the 931 comment, child.
I can't read it. I can't see.
Look at the 931 comment.
Both of the 931 comments. Yeah. Oh, we lost Will. Because said, what y'all looking at? Come over
comment
to the End of the Bench Media on YouTube. That's where we're also streaming on that channel as well. That's where all the comments are. Come on over there.
They can't see them then.
Nah, they can't see them unless they're on
the bench. Round on end of the bench.
Okay.
I know the whole computer was gonna shut down.
Yeah.
My bad.
Hey.
It didn't like me. It didn't like me doing that.
I guess he is.
My bad. Oh wow, really?
All right, let's get to some final thoughts and rating. Tell us the rating you had before tonight and the current rating that you have. I'm gonna go the opposite direction. So Wilkes, final thoughts.
That ain't opposite to me. You always go to Wilkes first. That's your little work buddy.
That's a black people thing too. That's your little partner.
Right, your little friend. You tell your little friend.
Yeah, get your little friend in again.
So bring your little friend over here again. Your little podcast. How your little podcast doing?
Right. Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know.
How your little business going?
I guess y'all doing all right. I don't know. I didn't really, honestly, like I didn't rate the Chris Rock one, but I wasn't expecting to rate this one, but because it was just what she does. But I guess I'll give her 3.5 mics. But it's just what she do. I mean, I wasn't disappointed by it. I wouldn't let down. I mean, she gonna give you what she give you, and she gonna keep it moving.
Do you remember what your Chris Rock rating was?
I didn't rate it.
Yeah, I think he gave it a 0.
I didn't rate it.
That was the lowest rating we have ever had.
I didn't rate it. I didn't want to rate this one, but I felt like maybe I should because I didn't rate Chris Rock. But I mean, Sommore, she's gonna give you what you.
Just me, Ron.
Yeah, just A-Trap. The rest of us are in Texas.
Oh, Texas. Right. Just A-Trap by itself.
All right, Doc.
Before I get my rating, have y'all been to EXO Live in Forney?
No.
Ben,
no. I've driven past it, but I haven't been there though.
Is that right there on the going east on 80?
Yeah,
on the
that's the place that looks like a barn.
So
right there about Texas Fitness. Okay, I saw it on Saturday.
Black owned.
Okay.
Met the owner there. So BS3 Network, Queen 3 and King on live broadcast there. Probably one Friday, and I'm gonna need y'all to come out. And,
okay.
And it's gonna trust me, popping. Okay, so for me, and again, I'm telling you right now, I'm probably biased. I get it. I started off at 4.5 mics. All right. I started off at 4.5 mics, and after the review, I stayed at 4.5 mics. Because think about it, we laughed just as hard today about the damn jokes. If that don't tell you how the shit was funny, as I always do whenever I give my mic rating, I'll say with IMDb, she got 6.7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes only gave the audience score, which was 100% audience score. Okay. So that means it's being well received by the audience members. Yeah, I give it a 4.5 mics, and I think she's solid.
Okay.
And again, to answer the question, is she the top 5 comedian of all time? Hell no, she the best female comedian of all time.
Yeah, and look, I forgot. Let's answer that too, Wilkes. Is she the top 5?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, I think she definitely is the bar. I mean, she's put herself in that position.
Now I understand there may be some older moms, maybe, and people like that we're not old enough to really have gotten a good look at their work.
Right.
I get that, but shit, modern day, as far as I'm concerned, best that I can't think of another female comedian that's better.
All right, A-Truck.
2.5. 2.5 both ways. I just think it was average, very average. I expect a lot more. I expected a lot more. I enjoyed it. Well, I liked it, but I didn't hate it, but I didn't enjoy it. So it's just
talk about this comment, right?
Nope.
Nope.
And of course, she's a top 5 comic. I mean, she a top 10 comic. Period.
Male or female?
So the only woman that I think is even in her lane is Adele Givens.
Yeah, and that Queens of Comedy was Adele Givens, Sommore, Monique, and
was it Kamada? Huh?
Nah, not Kamada. No, definitely wasn't.
It's Laura.
It was
Laura Hayes.
Laura Hayes. Yeah. I
got her on Queens of Comedy. Shit, that's somebody that I don't even know.
Well, I mean, you got a weak link on both sides. I was gonna ask y'all that. Who's the weak link in the Kings of Comedy?
Stop it,
Steve Harvey.
Yeah, come on, man.
So, but my point is that think about it. The men weak link. Everybody still know.
Well, it just shows you
the women didn't get as much. Right. They didn't get a movie. It was like straight to DVD. It didn't get as much.
Easy being, you're not being woke right
now. My rating is the same from beginning to the end, 3. I did have some laughing moments, but I did have some moments like she probably would have said this joke on Comedy Beat 15 years ago. And it did the dated part messed with me a little bit. I felt like it was still funny, but it was more like a memory lane type thing. So I'll give it a 3. Is she a top 5 female comedian? Yes. I really can't think of a lot of female comedians above her, so I would definitely say she's.
So basically, that average then is a 3.5. Once it's all said and done, it's technically 3.375, but all said and done, 3.4 if you're rounding, 3.5.
Let me ask y'all this.
Certainly.
What is average on our scale? If our top rating is 5.
Well, 2.5.
3 to me is average.
I'm gonna say 2.5 is average as far as I'm concerned. Would that be right? Because you go 0 to 2.5, then 2.5.
Yeah, I felt to me, I guess average. I would have thought like 3 or 3.5, but maybe not. Maybe so it's 2. I guess I was thinking
2.5 is average.
That's
right in the middle. That would be a C.
Yeah. But if we give 5 mics,
that's 100. I mean, that's why we don't give it very often.
Well, I guess 2, yeah. So
if you do
3,
3 out of 5 is 60%. So that's like a C.
Yeah,
plus,
so I guess midway.
We got Chief Rock in the building late. But I appreciate you for tuning in, Chief.
What's up, Chief Vernon?
All right.
So hold it before we go on.
Go ahead.
2.5 is average.
Yes.
2.5 it is.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Coming up next week, I think we came to the consensus. We're gonna review. We have a ghost, which is that movie already off the rip. That movie seemed too long. It's like 2 hours and 30 minutes.
2 hours and 30 minutes of Ghost Dad?
Did we agree on this shit though? I suggested it.
We did.
I'm not.
We can change it though. It's our show. We can change it.
We have Ghost. I thought it was recommended. Who picked that?
I think I recommended it because I saw Mackie on a.
Oh. Is it like the Marlon Wayans Halloween thing we watched?
That's what it seemed like, doesn't it?
I think it's a little bit more grown up. What's the rating?
What's the
what? Came and went.
Was it? It's PG-13. It's probably about the same. So we don't have to do that one.
So you ain't gonna see no negligees or nothing like that.
You just can see the lady from American Pie. You just can see her fun bags, but that's about it.
That's about it.
Wow, he said fun bag.
American Pie. Which one was that?
The mom, Stifler's mom. She's in.
She was on the Girls.
She's also in White Lotus. She's also
she has a Super Bowl commercial too.
If I talked about Cocaine Bear, nah, I don't.
Can we consider the bear a black character?
I think that's the they got
I do have a Cocaine Bear shirt.
They got Ice Cube Jr. in it.
No, it ain't enough.
That ain't really his film. Ray Liotta is the first picture. So we'll discuss unless y'all got any. Oh, there's the mom. Is it called Mom or Mama? The one with Monique.
Mama.
Like a horror movie.
Oh, I heard the things about. Is that the one that she got nominated for, or Mommy maybe?
I think it's Mommy. Isn't it? Is
that the one on BET?
Oh, I thought it was on Amazon.
I think so.
Oh yeah. I seen it.
Is it worth reviewing?
Yeah, it was solid. It was medium budget. It wasn't low, but I will watch it. I think you will enjoy it.
The Reading. That's what it's called. The Reading.
He said medium budget.
Now you know what that means. I'm gonna have to get that free trial because I ain't paying BET Plus. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to use somebody else's email because I used one on the Martin Union. But if y'all want to do that, we can do that.
No.
No,
the Reading was good.
Not cutting their
the Reading was good.
I don't feel like network. We already got 17,000 damn networks and passwords and shit.
Oh.
I don't like being. I used to steal back when I was in middle school, stealing honey buns and shit, but I don't like stealing TV.
It say free trial. It ain't stealing.
It's only on BET? I thought I saw it on Amazon.
Let's see, maybe. It's on BET Plus. It's on Hulu. If you got a premium subscription, it's on. It is on Prime.
What is
the Reading?
I think it's on Prime, man.
Okay, shit.
I say let's do it. It's a black cast.
Like swimwear.
Blacker than a man.
We in there. We in it. It's on BET. It is on
Reading. Prime. It is.
Yeah. All right. Coming up next week, The Reading, starring Monique. Looks like kind of one of the character, the Precious character.
It's not on BET. It's not on Prime.
It said Amazon
I
Prime.
was able to pull it up
It
on
says
Prime.
start your free trial with BET when I pulled it up.
Oh, yeah. It's connected still to BET Plus.
Shit, maybe
Well,
that be.
But either way, we'll figure it out. If anyone needs a username and password, let me. Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying
Put
right
it,
now. I must already have it. So
put it in the group chat. Put it. We got a group chat already. Put it in that group chat real quick. All right. What's coming up tomorrow on the End of the Bench?
I ain't helping you, Nicholas. Still,
Niggers.
Yeah. I got two issues with the rebirth of the Confederacy I'm gonna talk about. One would be with the governor of Mississippi. What's his name? Reese Tate Reese. And I'm talking about Tennessee and the nonsense that they got going on down there. And it's basically the rebirth of the Confederacy. And you better watch it. You better, as the Wu-Tang said, you better protect your neck.
Yeah.
Right.
You're right. And I don't know if you've seen it, Wilkes, but I sent the link to the show of talking about the Tennessee.
I'll watch it. Yeah, I saw it. Information,
yeah,
man.
Yeah. Hey,
Steph Jones got reinstated today.
Oh, they did?
Oh, you got reinstated?
One of them. Steph Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll say this, man. They anything that comes out, Information Man is on top of it. I'm telling you, that exact week, he's gonna do a show. Comes on Sundays at 4:30 Central. And he definitely comes with it with a variety of guests, pretty much a panel, just talking about whatever the topic is. So what station is it on? What station is we have a ghost? We have a ghost is on Netflix. Let's figure out. All right, Queen, 3, and King tomorrow.
Tomorrow's topic is family business. So we will be talking about why folks put family business out on social media and stuff like that. So we're gonna kind of chop it up with that. We may have a special guest because this particular special guest who was on not too long ago, when he heard this was the topic, he was like, "Shit, I want to come on that one." So we may have a special guest on that as well. But it's family business. We're gonna find out why y'all put y'all family business in the street. Y'all remember what Mama used to tell you? Hey, what happened? Don't run out there telling these white folks my business.
Tell nobody.
Right.
Don't tell.
All of that.
You hear me? And did that contribute to? Are we carrying some generational curses? Is we letting them rock a little longer because we ain't telling these? Hello. So so family business. Shit, I know. I told my kids, don't go to that school running your mouth.
Don't embarrass me.
Don't tell them people about that school. I gave you a spanking now. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, like we said, the reading coming up next week. We'll be reviewing that. And A-Trap. Go ahead and close this out.
You already know, man. The closer we get to the 15th, if I owe you something, I ain't got it. And if you need it, get it from God.
The man upstairs.